Hello everybody and welcome to my Beet Vegepod. It doesn't normally look like this. It's normally very lush and full of lovely vegetables, but I am doing this for a purpose, and that is because I've had this Vegepod now for nearly 2 years, and when I filled it like they said to fill it. You put in the perlite, then I put in some manure, then I put compost on top. But this is a raised bed, all right? It is exactly like I have in the garden, and every year I replenish the soil that's in it, the compost that's in it, with new compost. And I see a lot of questions from people saying, you know, they've got Vegepods and the compost isn't as good as it used to be. Well, it's not going to be, because it's not actually being fed by worms and microbiome. It is compost, unless of course you're using the compost that you make, which helps as well. But in this case, most people put compost from bags in this. So this is what you do after about, you can do it after a year, but I'm doing this after 2 years. I've taken off about the first top 3 or 4 inches. You can see when Vegepod, where's that bit here, Mr. M? There we are. These are the dividers between the bays in Vegepod, and I've taken off about 3 or 4 inches below the top and taken all of this compost here, and then I've put it into my garden. And today what I'm going to do is I am going to replenish this compost with new compost. But before I do that, I am going to put in a soil improver, and this is a great soil improver, Peat Free Soil Improver from Rocket Grow, and I'm going to sprinkle this on top, and then I'm going to put my compost on top of that, and then I'm going to mix it through. Soil improvers are used for gardening as well as pots and raised beds, so you can use that, and that's what I'm going to do today. Then I'm going to fill back up to the top here with compost, and then I'm going to start planting. So if you do find that after a while your compost in your Vegepod, come here Mr. Cameraman and just show. See, after a while you get little things like you get some algae growing, and you normally find that seeds don't germinate as well. It's because your compost is more or less said, okay, that's it, I'm finished. So it's up to you to replenish. There goes the cameraman. We're going around, have a look. And I'm going to then grow carrots in this, and actually I'll probably put quite a lot of salads in it as well. I've got more spring onions to go in, and do you want to go over to the other one, Mr. Cameraman? Over here, please excuse all the mess, but over here I have the medium-sized Vegepod. This Vegepod was only filled up this year with compost, and I'm just, get ready for it. Let's go this way. Ready? That's the difference between the two of them. I've put peas in here. I don't know why I put peas in here, but they, as you can see, they've kind of taken over. We've got the carrots here. We've got the lettuce. Now this lettuce has been cut, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. I have spring onions in the middle. And remember I did edible flowers? Well, that's all my violas coming up. And look, I've even got a nettle. That's how nice the soil is in here. So that's the difference between the two. But like I said, I only filled this year. So next season, I will probably be replenishing it as well. You can, if you want to, you can take the whole lot out and start again, but try not to take the perlite out, because you won't need to. Happy growing, everyone.